welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Motorsport for some racing with, I say quite possibly one of the best cars to be added to the game. This is the Ginetta Junior. This is the sort of race car that I love. It's the sort of race car that I think Forza needs more of. I mean, this is a very entry-level sort of vehicle. It isn't amazingly fast, but it is wonderful to drive, and we were going to be doing a one-make race, so everybody was in completely identical cars. The theory being, it would make for some incredibly close and incredibly exciting racing. For our first race, we have come to a proper Ginetta Junior circuit, and it is the Brands Hatch Indy layout. We are off and underway here. We're going to make sure we get ourselves across, just in case, for the run towards the first corner. I always think, as much as I absolutely adore this car, I always think it revs higher than it does. It does not rev particularly high. We've been a little bit boxed in off the start line here. We are going to try and keep ourselves on the inside of Longbow and retain our 6th place. It's going to be difficult to do that, though, on the exit there. We may be able to sweep around the outside if we can keep a foot down and make this work. It is side by side with a pretend Corvette and a pretend Viper behind us. There's some wonderful liveries in this. Mine is just the usual fail race. Black and orange, and I think we're going to hold on for now. Of course, the joy is with one-make racing, everyone is in the same equipment. You know, it really, you should get incredibly close racing with things like this. Although the downside to one-make racing, you make a little mistake, you can lose a whole bunch of places. Because everybody's close together, you can kind of just get stuck, shuffled out. We're going to go around the outside at turn 1. Always a very difficult manoeuvre to do here at Brands Hatch, but we make it stick through there. I will take that. Thank you very much indeed. The Greg's cars have got themselves to the front. Fantastic stuff. I feel like we need a Greg's Motorsport division. Why not? Why not, indeed? That's going to be a little bit too brave through there. I'm still figuring. But this car, I absolutely adore the Ginetta Junior. It is the sort of car that I love to race. It drives exactly how I would want one of my race cars to drive. The Greg's machines are having a battle there up at the front. We're trying to carry speed. Don't know whether that's going to work. We carried a lot of speed on the way into the final corner. It might work. We kind of get a lot of speed mid-corner, but we struggle a little bit on the exit. We have got Ollie right behind us. He's going to want to have a look. Are they going to have a look into turn 1? Probably not. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to pass into turn 1 with an out-braking manoeuvre. What you normally see is a pass on the exit of turn 1 up into turn 2, which is, well, I mean, we didn't end up going for it as Vante ran wide and put a wheel in the gravel, which does happen a lot here. Ollie is going to look to the outside, but it's a long way around there. We are going to be slow on the exit, and I think Ollie is going to cross us over. We are going to lose the place in that one. I fought as much as I could. We are just going. I'm just going to have a tiny little lift there and fall back into line as, yeah, it was just not quite. We were just not quite going quick enough at that particular section. Now, Shadow has got a good run out of this final corner. Slipstream is going to be very important with these cars. Not that the straights here are necessarily long enough for the Ginetta Juniors to get massive amounts of slipstream, but it is a very significant thing with these here. Can we... we're not as quick as Ollie, although that's not exactly a big surprise here. What we want to do is try and follow the red car on its way up through the pack if we can. Ollie taking a tighter line here on the exit. Problem is once you start trying to battle, now as Ollie's looking for a way past, Dan is in there for 3rd, they're going to make themselves potentially slow in a couple of places, and that's when we get a good run. We get an overlap. Can we do anything into the final couple of corners? I don't think so. I think we're just going to sit behind for now and just be that little bit more patient. I mean, the longer we wait, the more likely it is Longbow might come and catch us up. Ollie has got underneath here. Can we follow? We're trying. We're desperately trying. No, we're well clear of Longbow for now. Liam escaping away a little bit up at the front here. What can I do? It's going to be exit at turn 1. We're really looking for the overlap here to try and put ourselves up into 4th position, and I think we're going to be able to do it. Once Danizen got stuck out wide trying to fight with Ollie, we were just able to take that better line. Just able to take that much smoother line through turn 1. Now, will Ollie get slowed down by a shadow? Will they slow each other down fighting? Is that going to give us a opportunity somewhere to look for a way onto the podium? That is always possible. Oh, taking a bit too much speed into there. This is the thing with one make race. Any little error, any just little running too deep, it feels like it's exaggerated. There's no building of your car, there's no tuning of your car in this, so you can't, overcome perhaps some of your driving quirks with a different setup, with a different style of car. You've just got to make the most of what we have. It's not been a brilliant. It was a good start to that lap, not been a brilliant end to this particular lap. Come on. I felt like I didn't get that corner particularly well. I feel like we're just losing out a tiny bit to Ollie at the moment. We're a little wide through there. It's not perfect. It's not the worst. Somehow we're up on the split, but it felt slow through all of there. It didn't really quite feel right. We really want Shadow and Ollie to start fighting. Ideally, we want all of them to be fighting each other up ahead. That would be ideal for us. If they all fight each other, we can maybe catch up as we're heading towards the halfway mark at the moment. We're pulling away a little bit from 5th. It's not a huge amount. I mean, it's sort of equidistant a little bit. We're kind of in no man's land here. I don't know if they are catching Liam a tiny bit. Liam brushed the grass through turn 1. Shadow almost hit the gravel on the outside. Such an easy mistake, such an easy crash to have around this circuit, that one. Ollie's got a great run on the exit, but there's not room. Everyone is very aware. Shadow might be in trouble. No, they got away with that. I did not quite get away with that as well as I wanted to. We touched the grass and it got us sideways. Ugh. Where everyone is pushing at absolute limits of what we can do with the cars. And Shadow has definitely caught Liam through this. I'm having the back end slide about in unusual places, which has really not helped me. It's been a bit of a ragged lap, that one, where the back end has just been moving and moving around in ways that I do not want it to be going. Yeah, we lost a few tenths on that one, which we really didn't need or want. However, the whole top group starting to fight each other is very much what we need and or want. We just need it to be a little bit more of a vicious fight at this stage, because I think I've been running out of skill, pushing a bit too hard, trying to catch up, and we've just had little errors and little problems, little things like that just do not help at the moment. And now we've fallen out of the draft of the cars ahead down the straights is also not really going to help matters. The thing with Brands Hatch is, where do you pass? Where do you find a way to overtake? It's always incredibly difficult to pass around this circuit. Someone's off in the background. Someone tried to pass at the final corner. Another common place to have adventures. We've just completely lost. We completely lost the draft. I completely lost the concentration, the skill. It's all gone away a little bit here. As I said, I'm hoping more for them to start fighting one another. We are on the absolute limit of the track through turn number 1 there. Can we? You're not going to get a pass there. Not close enough alongside. I'm hoping for the kind of get a better exit down there, which we did. Turned in, got it all wrong. That's not what we need. That might cost us. Thankfully, they were just far enough back that didn't turned in too soon. Did not get the line right. God, the volume. All I can hear is the other car at that point. I don't know if I was in the wrong gear, possibly. All I could hear was the drone of the other vehicle. I don't think they're going to be fighting each other enough up ahead. And certainly we've lost too much. We just lost far too much time now. When you fall out of the rhythm, and certainly once we fell out of the draft, but we fell out of the draft and then we fell out of a rhythm ourselves, and it really, really struggled to get it back together again. That car is not going to be close enough to be having a look up here. We will just kind of be neat and tidy. Ollie has made it up to second. Shadow just losing out on that second position. There we go. That's better through there this time around, at least. Yeah, we just pulled a little bit. Just pulled a tenth or two in a critical moment, a critical point. That is very helpful indeed. The draft, I mean, this track here, as I said, the draft not anywhere near as important. Some of the tracks we're going to go to, potentially, slipstream are going to be so critical with these cars, and if you fall off of it, you're going to be in trouble, because they've not got much power. At the end of the day, I think they have less than 100 horsepower. They aren't amazingly powerful cars, so that slipstream is really, really effective with these. It is the final lap of the race here at Brands Hatch. We have just got to be neat and tidy. Yeah, car behind was sort of moving, was sort of thinking about it, but we didn't even really have to do a proper defense there. It was just put the car across enough in the middle. I don't know whether I think they were more trying to just spook us with the whole moving around. They ran wider than me through there and got it sideways, pushing on the final lap of the race. Yeah, ran out of skill a little bit and a couple of silly mistakes, and then just couldn't really recover from that one. It was a good race, a solid run to fourth place here. Fun battle at the front by the looks of it. Liam holds on to claim victory. Yeah, made a few passes early on and then just kind of stayed where we were. Definitely difficult to move sort of too far forward with these ones. Javi with a lot of places up, Scotty up 8 as well. Yeah, I just I couldn't quite keep up the pace. Just a little bit erratic. From me, but yeah, it's good fun as ever. Wonderful little car to go racing with. For our second race, we're a long way back. We are a very long way back. We are in 24th place on the grid. It is a track that I like, though. We're at the Homestead Miami circuit, and it is pouring with rain. What could go wrong here, other than a lot of things? But I'm hoping we can have a good first lap. I'm hoping we can try and make up some positions in all of this. Well, it's not an ideal start. We've made it through in one piece, which is something, I guess. Yeah, this bit here is going to be a little bit hectic and a little bit busy. It always is through these first few corners. It's fine. I think there was some slight checking up and some slight sort of preparing to avoid, and yeah, we maybe shoved the nose in a little bit of a speculative gap. We're through. We're into 21st. We're going to follow Shadow for a bit. Now, the slipstream in these cars is mighty important. The last thing we want to do is fall out of the draft. But yeah, we do want to pick up any places we can. Any places we can make on the first lap will potentially be a bit easier than later on. And I mean, if us lot back here are gonna do anything, we actually need to be quite smart about it. We won't be. There needs to be some working together, but whether that will be what actually happens is a very good question here. And it's very difficult to do it as well. Now we cut underneath Shadow, which was a half-decent pass. The problem is we didn't really get much momentum on the exit, which means we are not going to be able to pass. We are just going to fall into line through here. Oh, God, got turned in a bit too soon. Wasn't quite sure. When you have the murky conditions, it's actually quite difficult to see where you're aiming for that corner. I mean, these cars have got massive amounts of grip, and they're not particularly fast, so you can get away with chucking them through some places a little bit more than others. We're up to 18th. Honestly, as far as first laps go, it's not too bad. I mean, we want to gain more, of course we do, but from this far back, that's so many cars wide. I'm watching disaster unfold in front of us here, but everybody got through there in one piece. We're going to go around the outside. I don't know whether we can be a little bit brave with a dive on Steve. Nitro got a little bit crossed up there. Gibgob sliding about. That almost went disastrously. We're trying to go with Longbow if we can. I mean, we're a little bit too far back at the moment. We've got a good exit there, though. Steve may well try and latch onto the back of us. I think Shadow is, of course, trying to go with us as well. Now, can we outbrake Gibgob here around the outside? That was a brave manoeuvre. Gibgob tried to hold it and just couldn't. Ended up out on the grass through there. We're up to 14th place now. I'm taking it. This is a good start for us. We're trying to, again, if I could stay in the slipstream of Longbow, that is going to be the really important thing here. Can we get on the power nicely out of the hairpin? It's not actually the best I've really done the hairpin. Not quite sure what gear I want for the hairpin, if I'm being perfectly honest. Brazen and I think it was Liam are having a big old fight up at the front as Longbow makes it past an orange car. Yeah, wow, that is really difficult to see where you're aiming for down on that corner. Oh, that may be a little deep. We get away with it. Unfortunately, we get away with it, but it does kind of throw us a bit. Oh, God, we're all out of shape. Did not go that final section right whatsoever. I mean, the only saving grace, really, is that we sort of slowed down Steve a bit as well. They weren't really... It's difficult to make a pass work through that final section, especially identical cars. Really difficult to make those passes work. Now, can we get on the power? Oh, nice and early through there. We can. And we are going to close up to the back of the orange car here. We've got off the corner a little bit better. I don't know if they're quite expecting us. We just had such a great slingshot to the inside there. I think we caught them off guard on that one, which is how much pace we had at that corner. We have made our way through. We are up into 13th. It now gets much tougher. The further up the positions you go, I mean, the more spread out it is. The leaders are, going to be able to pull gaps on us because they're just running in. Well, I mean, they're not even necessarily running in massive clean air, but we are really fighting hard, and they get a little bit more space. I'm really struggling with this hairpin. Really not sure. That's not the right way off it either. The rest of the track I'm all right at, but I'm really struggling with the hairpin. I missed a few shifts on the way. And I said it at Brands Hatch, and I'll say it again. I keep thinking the car revs higher than it does, and it really doesn't rev as high as you kind of expect it for whatever reason. And yeah, missing shifts down there, not particularly helpful. We are better though through this section this time around, although it's still got the back end moving a little bit too much through there. We get out of the final corner better this time. I'm not sure what gear I want for half of these bloody corners. I fear, as spectacular as the first few laps were for us, I fear we're not going to really be able to make a crazy amount more progress. We had a bit of a scruffy lap that time around. So as we try to catch up to Longbow and Chris and Scotty, I mean, there's a big pack of cars ahead, which would be lovely to be able to be involved in the battle with. But yeah, I don't know whether we're going to get close enough to them. We have fallen out of the draft. We were only barely clinging on to the draft of Longbow for a lot of it, to be honest. But yeah, a couple of not great laps has kind of dropped us down. Although the pack ahead is looking like it might start fighting each other. Could be saving grace. We've got a couple of laps to go. We're not completely out of it. Got to be aware of Steve behind. I think we've kind of lost the rest of the chasing cars. Sort of got clear of them. Yeah, it's this corner here that for some reason I just cannot seem to get right. See, that feels wrong. It was just losing. I mean, that was wrong again. That wasn't helped by the X. I just can't get that corner right. I don't know why I can't get any speed out of the car there. Oh, I bloody missed a shift on the exit, and Steve is going to look to the outside. That's a brave place to try and go. Whoa, around the outside. I mean, I'm going to go across the inside because we were kind of alongside, and they wanted to move down on us a little bit, and I didn't want to end up spinning them at that point. We will. Oh, no, not got that one there right either. God, I swear, like... this has been the theme, is that we kind of go with a pack and then we get stuck in a fight, and then that just any chance of going forward kind of evaporates at that one. Steve is going to have a look to the... Well, contemplate about having a pass down there. Not quite going to be able to do it. Oh, there's someone having a big moment. Is that a Ewan? I think it's an Iron Brew car. Having a big moment. It has got back into the line of vehicles, but they are scrabbling and slowing each other down. It's a big slide from it getting back onto the circuit, so I mean, that has helped bring them a bit closer to us. There might be a chance going into the final lap if I could just bloody figure out where I need to brake for the hairpin. Maybe there is hope for us. Yeah, at least we're in a draft now. Like, that's something we have got going for us. We're in the draft. Steve is coming with us in this one. I think it's Shadow behind who tried to sort of follow from the start. We did a little bit better job, essentially, of getting through all of this with than Shadow, but it's so difficult when you're starting in 24th. I cannot get off that hairpin. I don't know what gear, if people are using first or if people are using second. I feel first doesn't work, second doesn't work. When we're all in identical cars, so no one's got a tuned custom gearbox or anything. It's just others are taking it better than I am. Right, we're going to try get through the final corner nicely, which we did this time around. That was much more like it. That was the line you want. That was the line you really want through there. One more lap to go. Could we somehow get ourselves in the top 10? Looks difficult from here, honestly. We'd need to get past 3 cars on the final lap of the race. I mean, it's not impossible. Definitely not impossible if Fante hits the grass. Thought about it. Thought about having a dive, but unfortunately for me, they're looking for a way past Ewan, so I couldn't really have a big dive to the inside. Oh, they got it up. They got it wrong. That might be one car. That's one. That's 12 for us. They just put a wheel on the grass, and that's all it takes. That's all it takes in these vehicles. If you put that wheel on the grass, you are having a bad day, essentially. All right, come on, Ginetta. Get off this corner nicely. Sit in the draft of Ewan if we can. We're going to be a little bit... I mean, we're going to be too far... We're not trying anything into the hairpin anyway. I've been so bad through the hairpin through almost all of this race that I'm definitely not going to be having a go under brakes into this one. Ewan is having a think about trying to find a way past Chris, but they're both a little slow on the exit there, which may help me. We've got better. We have got better at the hairpin. As the race has progressed, Brazen... I mean, Brazen's actually not got that much further ahead. They're fighting with Liam now. So they are changing places many times a lap by the looks of it. Will Ewan have a go trying to get past Chris? And will there be an opportunity for me here to have a look? No, got the change of direction slightly wrong. Ewan may get Chris. Oh, they may bump each other. Chris is having problems coming out of that one, and we may steal a place from Chris. We do. Chris lost the back end, I think, trying to go up the banking. Oh, I'll take it. I mean, I'll take it. Scotty climbed 12. Longbow climbed 12. We would have climbed 12 if Chris and Ewan hadn't crashed, but we got 13 at the end of that. I think Brazen ended up 4th. Something went on up at the top. At the front there, Liam took victory from Grumples. Ollie in 3rd. Brazen 4th. That was... we snuck that one at the end. I mean, Steve followed us up through the field. Shadow tried. Couldn't quite go as far up through the order. And there we go. Yeah. That was a great race. That was a good race. We had a little bit of just... We lost the draft on Longbow. I had a little bit of an iffy lap, a couple of iffy laps, mostly at the hairpin in the middle, but it got better. It got better as it went on. Bloody hell! That was more like it. That was more like it. Well, there we have it. An interesting session, and I mean, as I've said, this is a brilliant car. I absolutely love driving the Ginetta. Brands Hatch, we put up a good fight. Both races, actually, I kind of had a mid-race lack of skill. I started strong, I forgot what I was doing, and then, well, certainly at Homestead, it kind of came back a little bit at the end. But yeah, it's good fun. I mean, these vehicles, because they're quite so far down on power, if you do end up, even on these tracks that weren't the craziest, if you ended up out of the slipstream, you just lost huge chunks of time. It was very, very important, and that is admittedly quite consistent with them in real life. But yeah, it was good fun. I really, really like these cars. Fantastic little race cars. So yeah, had a lot of fun. had a lot of fun racing this one. Now, if you would like to take part in the next session like this, then you can sign up via our Discord. There'll be a link in the description of this video. Find the Versus Community sign up section and you can register to take part in there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.